Be me. 26 years old, junior marketing analyst at a tech startup that thinks it's the next Google but is really just 8 people in a rented office with a ping pong table nobody uses. The table has literal dust on it because everyone's too busy pretending to work while browsing Reddit. Company decides to hire summer interns because the CEO read some article about investing in young talent, which really means getting cheap labor. CEO's name is Brandon. He's 35, wears hoodies to seem relatable. He unironically uses the word synergy in every sentence. 4 interns show up on Monday morning looking fresh out of college and terrified. 3 guys who look like they stepped out of a Patagonia catalog, all named some variation of Tyler, Chad, or Jake. And 1 girl who barely makes eye contact with anyone walks in like she's trying to be invisible. Her name is Emma. She's 22, just graduated with a marketing degree from some state school, and has the energy of someone who's perpetually apologizing for existing. First day orientation, she knocks over the entire coffee pot in the break room within the first hour. Hot coffee everywhere. She looks like she's about to cry or possibly faint. It's fine. It happens all the time, I tell her, while internally screaming, because that was the good coffee, not the shitty office stuff we usually drink. The good coffee costs like $20 a bag, and Brandon only buys it once a month as a morale booster. She apologizes like 6 times in rapid succession, each apology getting quieter. I'm so sorry, I'm so clumsy. I should have been more careful, I'm really sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry. Grabs paper towels and speed walks back to her desk like she's fleeing a crime scene. My coworker Jake, actual Jake, not intern Jake, leans over from his desk. Dude, that intern is terrified of literally everything. She apologized to the printer earlier when it jammed. She's just nervous, first day jitters, everyone's like that. Bro, she whispered sorry to a machine. That's not normal anxiety, that's like therapy level stuff. Fair point, but I feel bad for her. And over the next few weeks, Emma gets assigned to shadow me because apparently I'm approachable and patient, which is corporate speak for you're not an asshole like everyone else here. Our office manager, Linda, literally said, "You're the only one who won't make her cry, so congratulations. You're a mentor now." Emma follows me around like a lost puppy, taking notes on everything. As I'm talking about market segmentation, and she's writing down every single word like I'm delivering the Sermon on the Mount. You don't need to write down everything I say, most of this is just common sense. But what if I forget something important? Emma, I just said we should probably have lunch before the 2 p.m. meeting. That's not exactly groundbreaking strategy. She's actually pretty good at the work when she's not having a panic attack about whether her email font is too casual. One day she spends 15 minutes debating fonts. Is Calibri okay or should I use Arial? I don't want to seem unprofessional. What about Times New Roman? Is that too formal? Oh God, what about Comic Sans? That's definitely wrong, right? Emma, literally nobody cares about font choice. I promise you the client is not going to reject our proposal because you used Calibri. Oh God, I'm overthinking again, aren't I? Yes, you are, but I don't say that because she looks distressed. You're being thorough, that's a good quality. Just maybe dial it back like 30%. But she's sweet and earnest in a way that makes me want to help her succeed, like watching a puppy trying to climb stairs. It's endearing and also slightly painful. The other interns are aggressively confident business bros who spend lunch talking about their startup ideas, which are all just Uber for something stupid. Intern Tyler. Okay guys, hear me out. It's like Uber, but for dog walking. That already exists. It's called Rover. It's been around for years. Yeah, but this one has blockchain integration and NFT rewards for frequent users. So you want to add unnecessary technology to an existing service? It's called innovation, bro. These conversations make me want to jump out the window, except we're on the first floor, so it would just be mildly embarrassing. Emma, meanwhile, brings homemade lunch in Tupperware containers and reads actual books during break. Not business books, not self-help garbage, actual literature. One day I notice she's reading Catch-22 during lunch, and we bond over both loving absurdist literature. I love how Heller just roasts the entire military-industrial complex while making you laugh. The circular logic is perfect. Right, and the way he uses repetition to show how bureaucracy destroys meaning. Finally, as someone with actual taste around here instead of people who think Gary Vee is a philosopher. We start chatting more during breaks. She loosens up gradually, makes jokes occasionally. Turns out when she's not anxiety spiraling about professional norms, she's actually funny in a dry, sarcastic way. The CEO just used synergy and paradigm shift in the same sentence during that meeting. I think that's corporate buzzword bingo. I almost spit out my coffee laughing. Jed, I had low-hanging fruit and circle back on my mental bingo card. So close. She smiles, a real genuine smile, not the nervous one she usually has. I'm starting to really enjoy having her around. She makes the office less soul-crushing. About 6 weeks into the internship, the company announces we're doing a big presentation for potential investors who might actually give us real funding. Everyone's stressed, working late nights. Jed, the CEO is having daily meltdowns about PowerPoint transitions like they're matters of national security. The slide transition needs to be dynamic but not distracting. Brandon yells at no one in particular. Emma and I get assigned to work on the market analysis section together since I'm apparently her supervisor now. We're staying late most nights that week, usually just us in the office by 8 p.m. because everyone else has lives. It's actually kind of nice, no distractions. No intern bros talking about crypto, just focused work and occasional pizza runs. Thursday night we're both exhausted, staring at spreadsheets until our eyes cross. If I have to look at another demographic breakdown, I'm going to lose my mind. I think I've forgotten what sunlight looks like. Is it still a thing that exists? We're getting punchy from exhaustion, making increasingly stupid jokes. Order pizza at 9 p.m. I'd eat it straight from the box while sitting on the floor of the conference room, like college students. This is either really sad or kind of fun, I can't tell which. Let's go with fun, sad is too depressing. We finish around 10:30 p.m., both completely wiped. I think that's good enough. The investors aren't going to care about the specific demographics of millennial spending habits in the Pacific Northwest anyway. Yeah, they just want to see numbers go up and to the right, preferably at a sharp angle. We pack up our stuff. I'm heading to the elevator when Emma stops. She's standing by her desk, fidgeting with her bag strap, not moving. Hey, do you have a second? Sure, what's up? She's doing that thing where she stares at the floor like it contains the secrets of the universe. I just wanted to say thank you for being so patient with me this summer. I know I'm kind of a mess sometimes, like a lot, probably too much. You're not a mess. You're just learning. That's literally what internships are for, making mistakes in a low-stakes environment. No, seriously, you've been really great, and I feel like I've learned more from you than from any of my actual classes, which cost like $50,000. So that's saying something. She's still not making eye contact, just staring at the industrial carpet. Emma, you're doing fine. Actually better than fine. Stop being so hard on yourself. Deep breath from her, like she's preparing for something. I want you to know I really appreciate it. And like, if you ever wanted to hang out outside of work, I'd be interested in that as like a thing we could do together, possibly. Oh shit. My brain is short-circuiting like a Windows 95 computer trying to run Cyberpunk 2077. All the warning lights are flashing, alarms are going off, my internal monologue is just screaming abort mission. That's really nice of you to say. Smooth. It's real smooth, absolutely nailed that response, definitely not panicking at all. She finally looks up and her face is red, like tomato red, possibly approaching fire truck territory. I mean, not like weird hangout, just like coffee or something, as friends, obviously, unless you wanted it to be not as friends, but no pressure at all, like zero pressure. Oh God, I'm making this weird, aren't I? She's spiraling and I'm just standing here like an idiot, trying to remember how to form coherent sentences. Emma, I'm flattered, really, genuinely flattered, but there's kind of a professional boundary thing here since I'm technically your supervisor for the internship program. Right, yes, of course. That makes total sense. I should have thought about that. I'm so sorry. Forget I said anything. But please pretend this never happened. It's not that I wouldn't want to. It's just complicated with the work situation and power dynamics and HR policies. Why did I say that last part? What is wrong with me? That's not helping. No, totally understand. Professional boundaries are important. I get it. I should go. This is so embarrassing. She practically runs to the elevator, hits the button like 5 times. I stand there for a solid minute processing what just happened, completely frozen. I drive home replaying the entire conversation in my head on a loop. She's cute, she's smart, we get along really well, we have actual conversations about books and ideas. But she's an intern, I'm her supervisor, that's a whole HR nightmare waiting to happen, like a ticking time bomb. Plus, what if it goes badly and makes the rest of her internship awkward, and she ends up leaving or crying in the bathroom? What if people find out and think I'm taking advantage of the power dynamic? And I'm overthinking this, probably nothing will come of it, we'll just be professional tomorrow. Friday morning I get to work early. Emma's already at her desk, aggressively not looking in my direction. Like she's invented a new form of not looking at someone. Morning, she squeaks out without turning around, keeps staring at her monitor like it's the most fascinating thing ever. Okay, so we're doing the pretend it never happened thing. I can work with that. And presentation day arrives on schedule. We absolutely crush it. Investors seem genuinely interested. CEO is ecstatic, practically bouncing around the office. We're going to disrupt the industry, Brandon yells at maximum volume. There's a little celebration in the office. Someone bought champagne from Trader Joe's. It's 11 a.m. on a Friday and we're drinking cheap champagne from plastic cups, living the startup dream. And I'm talking to Jake about weekend plans when I notice Emma in the corner looking at her phone with a weird expression. She looks upset or confused or possibly both. Walk over. You good? Yeah, fine, just tired. Very unconvincing delivery, but I don't push it. The party winds down around noon. People start leaving early because free champagne. Emma approaches me again. Oh God, here we go. Can we talk for a second? We step into an empty conference room. She closes the door. Look, Ed, I'm really sorry about yesterday. That was super unprofessional, and I put you in a weird position, and I feel terrible about it. It's okay, really. These things happen. Workplace crushes are normal human behavior. It's just, I've never really been good at the whole social thing, and I misread signals, and I don't want to make the rest of the summer weird for either of us. Emma, it's fine. We can just forget about it and keep working together like normal. No harm done. You're sure? Ed, because I can ask to switch to a different supervisor if that would make it less awkward. Positive, don't stress about it. We're good. She looks genuinely relieved, shoulders relax. Okay, cool. Thank you for being so understanding about my complete lack of social skills. Everyone's awkward sometimes, it's part of being human. Crisis averted. Back to normal. Everything is fine. Wrong. So incredibly wrong. The following week, one of the bro interns, Tyler, Ed starts making comments during lunch. Yo, I noticed you and Emma have been staying late a lot together. What's going on there? We're working on the investor presentation. That's literally it, just work. Sure, bro, sure, I get it. Office romance, very professional. He says this loud enough that other people at nearby tables can hear. There's no office romance. We're colleagues working on a project. Whatever you say, man. I'm not judging. That intern's pretty cute, though. I want to throw my keyboard directly at his face, but that would probably be an HR violation. Later that day, I overhear Tyler and another intern, Marcus, talking by the water cooler. I'm telling you, dude, something's definitely going on with them. How do you know? Maybe they're actually just working. She's always watching him when she thinks nobody's looking. Plus, they're always together. And I saw them laughing about something yesterday. Maybe they're just friends? Is that allowed? Nobody's just friends in an office. It's always something more. That's like workplace dynamics 101. These dudes watch too much TV, probably binge The Office, and think they understand corporate culture. I try to ignore it, but the rumor apparently spreads like wildfire through our small office. But by Wednesday, everyone's heard some version of Alex and Emma are secretly dating. Our office manager, Linda, who's like 50 and treats everyone like her children, pulls me aside in the break room. I've been hearing some chatter about you and one of the interns. Linda, we're just working together on projects. People are making stuff up because they're bored. I'm not accusing you of anything, sweetie. I just want to make sure you're aware of how things might look from the outside. I'm aware. Or when there's nothing to look at, we're colleagues, that's it. Okay, just be careful. You know how HR gets about these things. They have to investigate every rumor. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. I decide to create some distance from Emma to shut down the rumors before they get worse. Start having her work more with other team members. Keep our interactions brief and professional. No more casual conversations. She notices immediately and looks confused but doesn't say anything. They probably think she did something wrong. Wednesday afternoon, my manager, Sarah, calls me into her office with a serious expression. Close the door, please. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. We need to discuss something sensitive that's come to my attention. I'm sweating already. I've received some information from multiple sources that you might be having an inappropriate relationship with one of the interns, specifically Emma Rodriguez. That's completely false. But we've worked together on projects, but nothing inappropriate has happened, I swear. I want to believe you, I really do, but I need to follow protocol and loop in HR for a formal conversation. Sarah, literally nothing happened. This is just office gossip from the other interns who have nothing better to do. I understand. And if nothing happened, then the HR conversation should be straightforward and quick, just documenting that we looked into it. This is insane. I know it feels that way. But we have to take these things seriously. It's company policy. I leave her office feeling like I'm about to be executed for a crime I didn't commit. Spend the rest of the day barely functional. Thursday morning, I get an email from HR asking me to come in for a meeting. Subject line, meeting request, workplace conduct discussion schedule is for Friday at 9 a.m. Might as well be a death sentence. Spend the entire day stressing, barely get any work done, just staring at my monitor. Emma tries to talk to me at one point, walks over hesitantly. Hey, is everything okay? You seem really stressed and distant. I'm fine, just dealing with some work stuff. Nothing to worry about. Did I do something wrong? You've been avoiding me all week. No, you didn't do anything. I just have a lot going on right now. She looks genuinely hurt but nods and walks away. Great. Now I feel like an asshole on top of everything else. Thursday night I can't sleep. Just lying in bed, running through every possible HR scenario. What if they don't believe me? What if Emma gets in trouble? What if I lose my job over literally nothing happening? Friday morning arrives, I'm exhausted and terrified. Walk into the HR office at 9 a.m. sharp. Janet, our HR director, who has the energy of someone who's seen every possible workplace disaster, is waiting. She's probably 45, always professional, has a photo of her golden retriever on her desk. Thank you for coming in. And I want to discuss some concerns that have been raised about your conduct with intern Emma Rodriguez. I'm aware there are rumors, but I can assure you nothing inappropriate has occurred. We've only worked together professionally. I've spoken with your manager, Sarah, and reviewed the situation. Can you walk me through your relationship with Emma from the beginning? I explain everything in excruciating detail. The project work, the late nights finishing the presentation, the conversation where she expressed interest and I declined because of professional boundaries. Janet is taking notes the entire time, face completely neutral, impossible to read. And you're certain no romantic or sexual relationship has occurred between you two? Absolutely certain. 100%. I specifically declined when she expressed interest because of the professional boundary and power dynamic issues. That was the right call and shows good judgment. But I need to ask why you didn't report that conversation to HR immediately after it happened. Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that. It never occurred to me. I honestly didn't think it was necessary since nothing happened and we both agreed to move past it professionally. In the future, any situation like that needs to be documented with HR immediately to protect both parties from exactly this kind of rumor situation. Understood? That's completely my mistake. Should have known better. Janet reviews her notes, flips through a few pages. I'm going to need to speak with Emma as well to get her side of the story and verify your account. This is standard procedure, nothing personal. Of course, whatever you need. You're not in trouble at this point. But we need to make sure we've documented everything properly and that both parties are on the same page. I leave feeling like I just survived an interrogation on a crime show. She has to get back to my desk and Jake immediately swivels over in his chair. Dude, what happened? You look like you've seen a ghost or possibly your own death. HR meeting about the Emma situation that isn't actually a situation. Wait, there is an Emma situation? No, that's the problem. There isn't one, but everyone thinks there is, and now it's this whole investigation. Office politics are wild, man. This is a complete nightmare. And about an hour later, I see Emma being escorted to the HR office by Linda. She looks absolutely terrified, like she's being led to her execution, face pale. I feel terrible because this is partially my fault for not documenting things properly. She's in there for like 45 minutes, which feels like an eternity. When she comes out, her eyes are red, like she's been crying, mascara slightly smudged. She goes straight to her desk, grabs her bag without making eye contact with anyone, and leaves. It just walks out in the middle of the day. The other interns are whispering frantically. Did Emma get fired? I heard she was having an affair with one of the managers. No way. With who? I don't know, but this is insane. I put on my headphones and try to ignore everyone, focus on literally anything else. Monday morning, Emma isn't at her desk. 9 a.m. rolls around, still no Emma. 10 a.m., her desk is completely empty. I check my email, there's a message from Sarah sent at 7 a.m. Emma Rodriguez has decided to end her internship early due to personal reasons. Her last day was Friday. Please ensure all her projects are transitioned to other team members by end of week. What? She quit? Just completely quit? I immediately feel sick to my stomach, like I might actually throw up. This is my fault. I should have handled things differently, documented better, something. Jake comes over looking concerned. Did you hear about Emma? Yeah, I just got the email from Sarah. Damn, that's crazy. Wonder what actually happened in that HR meeting. Probably got scared and decided it wasn't worth finishing the internship. Tyler walks by with his usual lack of awareness, actually smirking. Guess the office romance didn't work out, huh? There was no office romance, you absolute ass. Sure, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I'm about to actually lose my mind and possibly commit workplace violence. I'd spend the whole day feeling guilty and trying to figure out if I should reach out to Emma. Would that make things worse? Is she okay? Did I completely screw up her internship experience and possibly traumatize her? Tuesday afternoon, I'm grabbing coffee when Linda approaches me looking sympathetic. I heard about Emma leaving. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. You know it's not your fault, right? You did everything correctly by maintaining boundaries. Feels like it is my fault. Yeah, she quit because of me. She quit because the situation became uncomfortable. That's not the same as you doing something wrong. Then why does it feel so shitty? Because you're a decent person who cares about how your actions affect others? That's not a bad thing. That's actually rare around here. I appreciate Linda trying to make me feel better, but it doesn't really help. That night I'm at home when I get a message on LinkedIn from Emma. The notification makes my heart stop. Hey, I'm sorry for leaving without saying goodbye. The HR thing really freaked me out and I just needed to get out of there. I hope you don't think I blamed you for anything, because I don't. You were nothing but professional and kind to me. I'm the one who made things weird. I'm going to finish my summer at my parents' place and figure out my next steps. Thanks for everything you taught me. You're a really good mentor. I stare at this message for like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to respond without making things worse. Finally type. I'm sorry the situation got so out of hand. You were a great intern, and I hope this doesn't discourage you from pursuing your career. You have a lot of potential, and any company would be lucky to have you. Take care of yourself, and good luck with everything. She responds with a simple thank you, you too. And that's it. Conversation over. But I feel like absolute garbage for the rest of the week, can barely focus on work. The office gossip eventually dies down as people find new things to talk about. Tyler gets in trouble for showing up to work hungover 2 days in a row, and suddenly nobody cares about the intern drama anymore. There's a new scandal involving someone microwaving fish in the break room. Office dynamics are weird. At my face when I tried to be a good mentor and maintain professional boundaries, but ended up in an HR investigation that made an intern quit her job. That feeling when you realize being a good person in the workplace is somehow more complicated than being an asshole. Be me. 3 months after the Emma situation, life has mostly returned to normal, except I now have trust issues and mild anxiety whenever HR emails me about literally anything. Meeting requests from HR gives me immediate heart palpitations, even when it's just about updating emergency contact information. Company hired a new batch of interns for fall semester, fresh meat for the corporate grinder. I specifically requested not to supervise any of them. We totally understand, Sarah says with a knowing look, which really means, we think you're a liability now, but we're too professional to say it. Fine by me, I'll just focus on my actual job and avoid anyone under 25 like they're carrying a plague. One of the new interns is this guy named Derek, who's basically the human embodiment of LinkedIn motivational posts. Every single day starts the same way. Rise and grind, everyone, he yells at 8:30 a.m. like he's personally at war with sleep and leisure time. He has a whiteboard at his desk where he tracks his daily wins, which include things like responded to email and drank water. Everyone hates him, but he's the CEO's nephew, so we all have to pretend his hustle culture speeches are inspiring instead of deeply annoying. You know what separates winners from losers? Winners don't hit snooze. Derek, it's 9 a.m. on a Monday. Please stop. I'm working on a campaign for our new product launch. Something about AI-powered productivity tools that definitely don't just use ChatGPT in the background. When Sarah drops a bomb during our morning stand-up. Exciting news, everyone. We're hiring a new junior analyst to help with the workload. Finally, some actual professional help instead of just interns who need constant supervision and hand-holding. She starts Monday. Her name is Jessica Chen. She's got 3 years of experience at a direct competitor. Came highly recommended. Cool, an actual professional who knows what she's doing and won't need me to explain what a target demographic is. Monday morning arrives. I'm in the kitchen making my third coffee of the day. It's 9:15 a.m. I'm already exhausted. Hear Linda doing the standard office tour, her voice echoing down the hallway. And this is the marketing department. And everyone's super friendly and we have bagels on Fridays. We had bagels once and it was because someone's last day. I turn around with my coffee and nearly drop the entire mug. Jessica is absolutely stunning, like unfairly attractive, the kind of person who probably caused multiple traffic accidents just by existing near roads. She's wearing a professional blazer that actually fits properly, dark jeans, has this confident energy that Emma never had. Walks with purpose, makes eye contact, and smiles like she actually wants to be here. Hi, I'm Jessica. Nice to meet you. She extends her hand, firm handshake, doesn't do that weird limp hand thing some people do. I'm Marcus. Welcome to the team. Wait, I'm Marcus now? Why did I say Marcus? My name's not Marcus. Marcus is the guy 3 desks over. She doesn't notice my mini identity crisis, just smiles and moves on with Linda's tour. Jake, who witnessed this entire disaster, rolls over in his chair immediately. Dude, you just introduced yourself as Marcus. I know, I panicked. She's really attractive, and my brain short-circuited like a fried motherboard. This is gonna be good, I can already tell. Shut up, I'll just correct it later. It's fine. Sure, totally normal to forget your own name. I spend the next hour mentally preparing to reintroduce myself with my actual name without looking like a complete moron. Rehearsing in my head, hey, funny story, I'm actually not Marcus. My name is Alex. And I was just having a stroke earlier. Finally work up the courage to go to her desk around 11 a.m. She's setting up her computer, has some photos from hiking trips. Hey, so funny story, I'm actually not Marcus. That's the guy over there by the window. My name is Alex. She laughs, not in a mean way, just genuinely amused. I was wondering why Marcus looked so confused when I tried to talk to him earlier about the Johnson campaign. Yeah, sorry, first day jitters. Which is weird because it's your first day, not mine. I've been here 2 years. No worries, I'll try to remember you're Alex and not Marcus, though Marcus might be a better name. It's really not, trust me. She's nice, funny, seems completely normal, and not making me feel like a complete idiot. Over the next few weeks, Jessica integrates into the team seamlessly, like she's been here forever. She's genuinely good at her job, contributes solid ideas in meetings, and actually knows what she's talking about. Doesn't take shit from the bro interns who try to mansplain marketing concepts to her. Derek tries his rise and grind routine on her exactly once. You know what separates successful people from average people? They wake up at 5 a.m. and attack the day. You know what separates annoying people from tolerable people? They don't lecture others about their sleep schedule at 9 a.m. I nearly spit out my coffee all over my keyboard. But Derek looks genuinely offended, like she just insulted his religion. Walks away muttering about lack of ambition and settling for mediocrity. Jessica just shrugs and goes back to her work. From that moment, I know we're going to get along great. Jessica and I start working together on projects because we're both on the marketing team. Unlike with Emma, there's no weird tension, no anxiety, no overthinking. We're just colleagues who work well together and occasionally roast our coworkers during lunch. Did you see Tyler's presentation yesterday? He used the word synergistic 7 times in 15 minutes. I counted 8. You missed one in the conclusion slide where he said synergistically integrated solutions. That's not even grammatically correct. Tyler's relationship with grammar is complicated at best. This is nice, professional, no drama. Exactly what I need after the Emma disaster. But then one Thursday we're working late on a deadline for a client presentation. It's like 8 p.m., everyone else left hours ago. We've been staring at spreadsheets and market data for so long the numbers are starting to blur together. I need a break before my eyes permanently cross and I have to explain to the optometrist that Excel did this to me. Same, my brain feels like mush, like actual oatmeal consistency. Want to grab some food? There's a Thai place around the corner that's still open. Yeah, they have decent pad Thai. Seems innocent enough, just 2 colleagues getting food. We go to the restaurant, order food, sit down, start talking about non-work stuff for the first time. Turns out we both love the same obscure indie movies that nobody else has seen. Wait, you've actually seen The Fall? Nobody I know has seen that movie except film students. It's criminally underrated. The cinematography is absolutely insane. Every frame looks like a painting. Lee Pace is incredible in it. And that little girl! We spend 30 minutes just talking about obscure films while eating spring rolls. This is actually really fun. Get back to the office around 10 p.m., finish the work. It's almost midnight by the time we're done. Thanks for powering through this with me. Couldn't have finished without you. No problem. Teamwork makes the dream work, or whatever corporate cliche applies here. I'm packing up my laptop when she says, we should do this again sometime. At the dinner part, not the working until midnight part. Oh no, not this again. I can feel my body temperature rising. Yeah, totally. We should grab lunch as a team sometime. Maybe bring Jake and Tom. Smooth pivot to group activity. Crisis averted. I meant just us, but sure, team lunch works too, I guess. She's smiling, but there's definitely something in her tone. I need to shut this down immediately before it becomes Emma situation 2.0, and I end up in HR again. Jessica, Yeah, you're really cool and I enjoy working with you, but I kind of have a policy about not mixing work and personal life after a situation that happened earlier this year. Oh, got it. No worries at all. She doesn't seem bothered at all, just shrugs it off like it's nothing. Still friends, though? Absolutely. Definitely friends. Work friends. Colleague friends. We leave. I drive home thinking I handled that maturely and professionally and avoided a disaster. So I pat myself on the back for learning from past mistakes. Friday morning, Jake is already waiting at my desk like a vulture. Dude, I heard you and Jessica went to dinner last night. How does he know everything? Does he have the office bugged? Is there a secret camera network? We grabbed food during a work break while working late. It's not a big deal. Just Thai food. That's what they all say before the HR meeting and the tears. There's not going to be an HR meeting because nothing is happening and nothing will happen. Sure, just like nothing happened with Emma. Nothing did happen with Emma. That's the whole point. But something almost happened, which in corporate terms is basically the same thing. The intent is what matters. I hate that he's kind of right about the optics. Decide right then to be extra careful around Jessica. Keep everything super professional. Lunch in groups only, no more late night work sessions alone. Minimal personal conversation. Basically treat her like a colleague and nothing else. Jessica seems completely fine with this arrangement. Doesn't push boundaries, stays professional. See? Adults can handle workplace attraction without it becoming a complete disaster. I'm learning and growing as a person. 2 weeks later, the company throws a happy hour for hitting quarterly goals. And everyone's at a bar near the office, drinking cheap beer, playing pool, pretending we all like each other outside of mandatory work functions. I'm talking to Linda about her upcoming vacation to Napa Valley when Jessica comes over. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Oh God, what now? We step outside the bar where it's quieter, can actually hear without yelling. I wanted to clear the air about the dinner thing a couple weeks ago. I don't want it to be weird between us. It's not weird. We're totally good. Cool, because I really enjoy working with you, and I'd hate for some perceived awkwardness to mess up our professional relationship. Same. You're a great colleague, and I value our working dynamic. Why do I sound like I'm reading from an HR manual? Why can't I just talk like a normal human? Okay, good. Also, I'm actually seeing someone anyway, so you don't have to worry about me hitting on you or making things uncomfortable. Oh, that's great. Well, congratulations on the relationship. Why do I feel weird about this information? Thanks, we've been dating for like a month. Met on Hinge, he's really nice. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Am I happy for her? Why does this feel strange? We go back inside. She rejoins her conversation with some other coworkers. Jake sidles up next to me within 30 seconds. You look bothered. What happened? I'm not bothered. This is just my face. You have your specific bothered face on. I know the difference. This is the same face I always have. She told you she's seeing someone, didn't she? How does he know? How did you possibly know that? Because you're currently experiencing the classic psychological phenomenon of, wait, I didn't want to date her, but now I'm annoyed she's dating someone else, which is both common and hilarious. That's not what's happening here. Sure, buddy, it's whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night. I spend the rest of the happy hour pretending to be totally fine and not thinking about Jessica dating someone. Definitely not thinking about it. Not at all. Monday morning, Jessica has flowers on her desk when I arrive. They're from her boyfriend. There's a card that says, thinking of you with a heart. Oh, that's so sweet. Linda coos while walking by. Everyone gathers around to admire the flowers like we're in a romantic comedy. They're nice flowers, I guess. Some kind of mixed bouquet situation. I focus very hard on my computer screen and definitely don't care about flowers. Over the next few weeks, I meet the boyfriend several times. His name is Ryan. He works in finance at some big firm. He's tall and handsome and probably volunteers at animal shelters in his free time. He comes by the office sometimes to pick Jessica up for lunch dates. They're very cute together in a way that makes me feel irrationally annoyed for no logical reason. You're being weird about Jessica, Jake observes during a coffee break in the kitchen. I'm not being weird about anything. You literally scowled when Ryan brought her flowers last week. I did not scowl. That's just how my face looks when I'm concentrating. You were staring directly at them. You weren't concentrating on anything except your own feelings. I don't have feelings, but I have professional respect for a colleague. You need to either ask her out or get over it. She has a boyfriend, and also I have a strict policy about workplace relationships that I established specifically to avoid disasters. Your policy is stupid, and you're clearly into her despite said policy. I hate when Jake is right, which is unfortunately quite often. Decide to focus on work and stop thinking about Jessica entirely. This works for approximately 3 days before it falls apart. And our team gets assigned to work on a huge campaign pitch, biggest potential client the company has ever had. They're a major tech company looking to rebrand, worth potentially millions in revenue. The pitch team is me, Jessica, Sarah, and unfortunately Tyler, who somehow got promoted to full-time employee, despite being mediocre at best. It's about who you know, not what you know, Jake says when I complain about Tyler. We're working intense hours, multiple late nights, high-stress environment, but Brandon is breathing down our necks constantly. This could transform the company. Don't screw this up. Very motivating. Thanks, Brandon. Jessica and I fall into an easy rhythm working together. Our ideas complement each other naturally. We're actually a really effective team. What if we approach the social media strategy from a community-building angle instead of just pushing products and features? Yes, and then we could tie that into the sustainability messaging they specifically mentioned caring about in the brief. We're basically finishing each other's sentences. It's almost creepy how well we work together. Tyler's in the corner, contributing absolutely nothing, except occasional suggestions to make it more viral. Guys, what if we did a TikTok dance? Everyone loves TikTok dances. Tyler, the client is a B2B software company selling enterprise solutions. They don't need a TikTok dance. Everything needs a TikTok dance. That's just marketing in 2024. It's basic science. That's not how any of this works. Jessica and I share a look across the table that says, "This fucking guy," without words. Those shared looks become more frequent over the next week. There's this moment where we're both reaching for the same marker during a brainstorming session. Our hands touch. It's like a stupid rom-com moment, and we both pull back awkwardly. Sorry. No. My bad. You take it. Tyler doesn't notice because he's on his phone, probably actually watching TikTok dances for research. Sarah definitely notices, though, gives me a very pointed look. The pitch is in 3 days. We're all working late Thursday night. Sarah and Tyler leave around 9 p.m. because they both have families and lives. It's just me and Jessica in the conference room, surrounded by poster boards and printouts. We order Chinese food, spread out all our materials on the massive table. I think we're actually going to nail this pitch, like genuinely crush it. Yeah, we make a surprisingly good team considering we've only worked together a few months. There's a pause. She's looking at me with an expression I can't quite read. Can I ask you something kind of personal? Oh no. Sure, I guess. Why did you really turn me down when I suggested dinner that time? Oh boy, here we go, this conversation. I told you that I have a strict policy about work relationships after a bad experience. But what if you didn't work together, hypothetically? But we do work together, so it's a moot point, completely hypothetical. She's still looking at me. Ryan and I broke up 2 weeks ago. What? Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought you guys were doing well. We were fine, just fine. And I realized I didn't want fine. I wanted something more. My brain is actively malfunctioning. It's all systems shutting down. Jessica, even if you're single now, we still work together. That's literally the whole issue with my policy. What if I told you I've been interviewing at other companies for the past month? Wait, you're leaving? Why are you leaving? This feels like getting dumped even though we were never together, which doesn't make logical sense. I got a really good offer from a competitor last week. Better pay, better title, actual career growth. And I'm supposed to give them an answer by Monday. She's leaving. Why does this feel terrible? If I take the job, which I'm probably going to, we wouldn't work together anymore, so your workplace policy wouldn't apply anymore. She's looking at me expectantly, waiting for a response. Are you seriously considering career decisions based on our potential dating situation? No, the job offer is genuinely better for my career. But it does conveniently solve your workplace policy issue, which is a nice bonus. I'm having an out-of-body experience watching this conversation from outside myself. Jessica, I don't want you to make career choices because of me. That's insane. I'm not making career choices because of you. I'm making career choices based on what's best for my professional future and personal happiness. You're just a potential bonus feature in the package. She's smiling. She's trying to keep it light despite the heavy conversation. I need to think about this, like seriously think. The job offer or potentially dating me? Both? Neither? I don't know. My brain is broken. She laughs. Okay, well, I'm accepting the job on Monday either way because it genuinely is a great opportunity and I'd be stupid not to. But if you're interested in getting dinner sometime after I officially leave this company, let me know. No pressure. She packs up her stuff casually, like she didn't just drop a bomb. See you tomorrow for the final pitch prep. Leaves. I sit in the conference room surrounded by campaign materials and half-eaten Chinese food, having a complete existential crisis. Spend the entire weekend overthinking every possible outcome and scenario. If I say yes to dating Jessica after she leaves, am I being hypocritical about my workplace policy that I established for good reasons? If I say no, am I letting a genuinely good thing slip away because of arbitrary self-imposed rules? What if we date and it goes badly and then it's awkward forever, even though we don't work together? What if we date and it goes well and I finally have a functional relationship? Jake texts me Saturday. You're spiraling, aren't you? How did you know? Because I know you. What happened? I explain the entire Jessica situation. Dude, she's literally removing every obstacle you created. Or just date her. It's not that simple. It literally is that simple. You're making it complicated because you're scared. Damn. Jake with the psychological insights. Monday morning, I come in early. There's an email from Jessica, sent at 6 a.m. Accepted the new job offer. Last day here will be 2 weeks from Friday. Looking forward to finishing the pitch with the team and ending on a high note. Very professional. No mention of our Thursday night conversation. And I spend the entire day working up courage. Finally catch her at her desk at 5 p.m. Everyone else has left. Hey, congrats on the new job. That's really great. Thanks. I'm excited but also sad to leave. You guys have been amazing to work with. Deep breath. So, about what you said Thursday night. She looks up from packing her bag, waiting. I think after you officially leave and we're not co-workers anymore, we should get dinner together. A real one, not a work dinner. She smiles, a genuine and warm. I'd really like that. But we need to actually finish your 2 weeks and nail the pitch first without making anything weird or unprofessional. Deal. Completely professional until I'm officially gone and no longer employed here. We shake hands on it like absolute dorks. Jake materializes out of nowhere like a ghost. Did you two just shake hands on a potential date? Were you listening to our private conversation? This is an open office plan with terrible acoustics, and everyone within 20 feet was listening. I look around. Several people are poorly pretending to work while clearly eavesdropping. Tyler gives me a thumbs up from across the room. Finally, bro, I was waiting for you to make a move. Workplace romance. You literally started the rumor about Emma that caused an HR investigation. That was different. That was for my personal entertainment. This is genuine support for your happiness. I hate this office so much sometimes. The next 2 weeks are surprisingly normal and professional. Jessica and I keep things appropriate, finish the pitch preparation, nail the final presentation. The client signs on, biggest deal in company history. Brandon is ecstatic. We're going to disrupt everything. This is just the beginning. Jessica's last day is bittersweet. There's cake and speeches and promises to stay in touch. Linda cries, obviously. I'm going to miss you so much. Derek gives a speech about knowing your worth that nobody asked for. Her last day ends, we all go out for drinks, toast to her success and new opportunities. Ryan shows up. Apparently they're trying to be friends, which seems awkward but not my business. He and I have a weird moment by the bar while getting drinks. Take care of her, she's really special. We're just getting dinner, nothing too serious yet. Sure, that's what I said too at the beginning. Ominous but okay. Friday night, Jessica's officially no longer employed at our company. We go to dinner at a nice Italian place in the city. It's the first time we've hung out without any work context, and it's slightly nerve-wracking. So this is weird, right? Like definitely weird? So weird. I keep wanting to talk about quarterly projections and campaign metrics. We laugh, and the tension breaks immediately. Dinner is actually really nice. So the conversation flows naturally, no awkward silences. Talk about everything except work. I have a confession to make. Oh God, what? Are you secretly a serial killer? Worse, I started interviewing at other companies partially because I was frustrated we couldn't date while working together. Jessica, I know, but the job really is legitimately better. That you were just the catalyst for me actually looking around. So I'm indirectly responsible for you leaving? You're responsible for me making a better career move and potentially getting a boyfriend out of it? I'd say that's a win-win situation. We haven't even established we're officially dating and she's already calling me her potential boyfriend. Aren't we getting way ahead of ourselves here? Probably, but I'm an optimist by nature. Comes with the marketing mindset. We finish dinner, and I walk her to her car in the parking garage. So, second date? Absolutely, but maybe somewhere less fancy. I don't need to impress you with expensive restaurants and wine lists. Good, because I'm more of a taco truck person anyway. Street food is superior. She kisses me on the cheek quickly and drives away. I stand in the parking lot grinning like a complete idiot. Yet my face when I almost let a self-imposed workplace policy prevent me from dating someone genuinely great and only got a second chance because she quit her job. That feeling when everything actually works out despite your best efforts to self-sabotage. Be me. 6 months into dating Jessica, life is pretty damn good for once in my adult existence. We're doing the whole proper relationship thing, meeting each other's friends, going to farmers markets on weekends, all that couple shit that I used to roll my eyes at when other people did it. Turns out it's actually nice when you're the one doing it. Work is fine. Got a promotion after the successful mega pitch. Now I'm a senior analyst with actual authority and a slightly better salary. Hired a new person to replace Jessica's position. His name is Tom. He's 40, married with 3 kids, zero potential for workplace drama. Literally perfect. Exactly what I need. I'm at lunch with Jake one day at our usual sandwich place when he drops an absolute bomb. Dude, you'll never guess who applied for the new marketing coordinator position we just posted. Who? Some eager college grad? Emma. I nearly choke on my sandwich, actually coughing. Emma, like that intern Emma who quit after the HR thing almost 2 years ago. The very same Emma Rodriguez. Her application came through HR this morning. I saw it because Linda was talking about it. There's absolutely no way she actually wants to work here again after everything that happened. Apparently she does. Her resume looks really solid. She's been working at a non-profit doing their entire marketing department for the past 1.5 years. This is completely surreal, like a fever dream. Is Sarah actually seriously considering hiring her, or is this just a courtesy interview? She's on the actual interview list for next week. Seems like a real candidate. I spend the rest of lunch having a minor existential crisis about the possibility of Emma returning. That night I tell Jessica about it over dinner at her apartment. Your ex-intern who had a crush on you is applying to come back to the company? She wasn't my ex anything. Literally nothing happened. I know, babe. I'm just teasing you, but this is kind of objectively funny from an outside perspective. How is any of this funny? This is a potential nightmare. Because you're clearly already stressed about it, which means you still feel residual guilt about the whole situation, even though it wasn't your fault. She's absolutely right, but I don't want to admit it out loud. What if she gets hired and it's super awkward every single day? Then you be professional and treat her like any other colleague. Yeah, you're actually pretty good at that when you're not panicking. Am I though? My track record with workplace relationships is literally terrible. You're literally dating me and it worked out perfectly fine. Because you quit first. That's the only reason it worked. She laughs and kisses me, completely unbothered. You're overthinking this massively. It'll be totally fine. Everyone's grown up since then. The following week, Emma comes in for her official interview, and I strategically hide in a conference room during her scheduled time slot, pretending to work on campaign analysis. Jake texts me updates like he's providing live sports commentary. She's here, looks professional, very different vibe from intern Emma. Hair is different, seems confident. I resist the overwhelming urge to peek through the window. 2 hours later, Sarah calls me into her office with a serious expression. And I want to talk to you about Emma Rodriguez and get your honest opinion. Oh shit, here we go. She interviewed really well today. She's grown tremendously professionally in the past 1.5 years. Genuinely impressive development. I'm seriously considering making an offer. Okay, that's good for her. But given your history and the previous HR situation, I need to know directly if that's going to be a problem for you or the team. We don't have a history. Yeah, we worked together when she was an intern, that's literally it. I've reviewed the HR notes from 2 years ago in detail. I know about the conversation where she expressed interest and the subsequent awkwardness that led to her leaving. If you hire her, I'll treat her exactly like any other colleague. I'm in a serious relationship now anyway, so there's zero potential for any issues or complications. Sarah nods, seems satisfied. I appreciate your professionalism and maturity about this. And I'm going to extend an offer. She'd be working primarily with Tom on community outreach, but occasionally collaborating with your team on integrated campaigns. Sounds like a solid plan. I leave feeling weird, but trying to convince myself everything will be completely fine. Jessica is less convinced when I tell her that evening. Are you sure you're actually okay with this situation? I'm completely fine. It's been almost 2 years. We're all adults. Everyone's matured. If you say so. Yeah, but if it gets weird, you need to tell me. It won't get weird, I promise. Emma accepts the offer, starts the following Monday morning. I'm mentally prepared for maximum awkwardness, but determined to be nothing but professional. She walks in looking completely different from intern Emma, like a different person entirely. Her hair is styled differently, in a more modern cut, She's wearing confident professional clothes. She makes direct eye contact when she talks to people. Yet the nervous energy is completely gone. Hi, Alex. Good to see you again. Welcome back, Emma. Congratulations on getting the job. Thanks. I'm really excited to be here and contribute. That's it. Brief and professional. Exactly what it should be. No lingering, no weird energy, just two professionals greeting each other. Over the next few weeks, Emma integrates into the team incredibly smoothly. She's genuinely good at her job now. Contributes solid ideas, doesn't create any drama whatsoever. It's like she went to some kind of professional development boot camp. We have a team meeting where she presents a campaign idea about millennial nostalgia marketing. I think we should target the millennial demographic with a throwback aesthetic campaign leveraging 90s and early 2000s cultural touchpoints. The presentation is actually really impressive, well-researched, solid data. Everyone loves it. Sarah approves the budget immediately. After the meeting, Jake corners me in the kitchen. So that was surprisingly normal and professional. What did you expect? Some kind of dramatic confrontation or emotional breakdown? This is boring. Where's the drama? I want chaos. Your personal entertainment is not worth workplace chaos and HR investigations. Hard disagree. Workplace chaos is literally the only thing that makes this job remotely interesting. Things continue being completely normal for about a month. It's almost unsettling how normal everything is. And then one day I'm in the break room microwaving leftover pasta when Emma walks in to make coffee. Just the two of us. Everyone else is in meetings. She pours her coffee carefully. I'm waiting for the microwave. Silence is getting slightly awkward. So, I heard through the office grapevine that you're dating Jessica from the old marketing team. Yeah, we've been together for about 7 months now. It's going really well. That's genuinely great. And I'm really happy for you both. She seems completely sincere, no weird undertones. Thanks. How about you? Are you seeing anyone? Why did I ask that? What is fundamentally wrong with me? Actually, I met someone really great at my therapy group about 6 months ago. You're in therapy? Yeah, started going regularly after the whole intern situation. It really helped me work through a lot of personal stuff I was dealing with. Oh God. And I gave her enough trauma that she needed professional therapeutic help. Emma, I'm really genuinely sorry about how everything went down back then. Please don't be. It seriously wasn't your fault at all. I put you in an impossible position because I hadn't developed healthy boundaries yet. Still, I feel like I could have handled the situation better, been more clear earlier. We both could have handled things better, but we were different people then. And I'm in a much healthier place now, mentally and emotionally. This is the most mature conversation I've had in months. The microwave beeps obnoxiously loud. I'm really glad you came back. You're genuinely really good at this job now. Thanks. That means a lot coming from you. You were a good mentor even when I was a mess. I grabbed my pasta. We should probably keep things strictly professional going forward, though. Absolutely, that's definitely the plan. Total professionals. We're good. A crisis completely averted. Everything is fine. Tell Jessica about the conversation that night while we're cooking dinner together. See? I told you it would be totally fine. Everyone's moved on and grown up. Yeah, you were completely right as usual. I'm usually right about these things. You should listen to me more often. She's annoyingly correct about basically everything. A couple weeks later, the company announces a mandatory team building retreat. Everyone's required to go. Yes, it's at some resort hotel 2 hours away. Overnight stay, trust falls, and icebreakers and corporate team building nonsense. I would literally rather stick needles directly in my eyes, Jake says when the announcement is made. Mandatory fun is scientifically the worst kind of fun. I agree. Retreat day arrives. We all pile into company vans like we're going on a field trip. I end up in a van with Jake, Tom, Emma, and Derek, who's somehow still employed. Derek spends the entire 2-hour drive talking about his elaborate morning optimization routine. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every single day, immediately do a cold shower for exactly 5 minutes. Then I have my pre-prepared protein shake. Then I do 20 minutes of transcendental meditation while listening to a podcast about cryptocurrency and emerging markets. That genuinely sounds like actual hell, Emma says flatly. I nearly laugh out loud. We arrive at the resort. It's actually pretty nice, and much better than expected. Check into rooms. There's a mixer scheduled for that evening. I'm talking to some people from accounting about quarterly budgets when I see Cento Emma with a guy I don't recognize. He's tall, has glasses, looks genuinely friendly and approachable. She catches my eye from across the room and waves him over. Alex, this is Marcus, my boyfriend. He drove up to surprise me for the evening, Marcus. The exact name I accidentally called myself when I first met Jessica. That the universe has an absolutely incredible sense of humor. Nice to meet you, Marcus. Welcome. Likewise. Emma talks about you all the time, says you were an amazing mentor during her internship. Oh, well, thanks. She was a really great student and learner. This is weirdly wholesome and not awkward at all. Marcus seems like a genuinely nice guy. They're cute together, clearly happy. I text Jessica immediately. Emma's boyfriend is here and his name is literally Marcus. The exact name I accidentally used when we met. The universe is absolutely trolling me. She responds, ha ha ha, that's absolutely incredible and perfect. Also, I miss you. Have fun at your corporate sleepaway camp. Don't do any trust falls. The retreat is actually not completely terrible, surprisingly tolerable. We do team building exercises that are only mildly humiliating instead of completely degrading. There's a trust fall activity where Tyler accidentally drops Derek because he got distracted by his phone. Bro, I seriously thought you had me. I got distracted by a notification from my crypto app. Sarah is absolutely furious. Derek is physically fine but deeply offended. It's honestly the highlight of the entire weekend. That night there's a bonfire with s'mores, very summer camp aesthetic. I'm roasting a marshmallow to perfect golden brown when Emma sits down next to me. Can we talk privately for just a minute? Sure, of course. We walk away from the group towards the lake. I wanted to thank you properly and sincerely for everything that happened last year. Emma, you really don't need to keep thanking me. I genuinely didn't do anything special. You maintained appropriate boundaries when I was being completely inappropriate. And even though it felt really bad at the time, and it was absolutely the right thing to do and I needed that, I'm just glad everything worked out well for you. You seem genuinely happy now. I really am. Marcus is great. Therapy helped tremendously. The new job is going well. I'm in a completely different place mentally and emotionally. That's really good to hear, genuinely. I also wanted to apologize for making you feel like you had to avoid me when I first started working here. Yet I could tell you were stressed and anxious about the situation. Water under the bridge. We're completely good now. She smiles warmly. We're good now, professionals, and maybe even friends eventually. We head back to the bonfire, roast marshmallows, laugh at Derek's increasingly ridiculous stories about his morning routine. It's weirdly nice, like actual closure on a chapter that needed proper closing. The next morning we do one final team exercise. It's an escape room challenge. My team is me, Emma, Jake, and Linda. We absolutely crush it, finish in record time, fastest team by far. Marketing team for the win, Linda yells like we just won an Olympic gold medal. We're all high-fiving like we accomplished something actually important instead of solving basic puzzles. On the drive back, Emma and I talk about current work projects like completely normal colleagues. No awkwardness, no lingering tension. Just two professionals discussing campaign strategies and target demographics. Jake leans over and whispers, "This is genuine character development. This is what growth looks like." Shut up. You went from causing an entire HR incident to being normal coworkers with healthy boundaries. I'm legitimately proud of you. It wasn't entirely just me. Fine, you're both showing impressive character development. Happy now? I hate that he's completely right. Get back to the office Monday. That everything's completely normal and professional. Emma's campaigns are performing well. She gets consistent praise in meetings. Nobody treats her like the intern who quit. She's just Emma, marketing coordinator, valued professional colleague. A few months later, I'm at dinner with Jessica when I get a text from Emma. Marcus proposed last night. I said yes. Wanted you to hear it from me directly before the office gossip mill spreads it around. I show Jessica the text. Aw, that's genuinely sweet. And are you going to be weird about your former intern getting married? Why would I possibly be weird about it? I don't know. You're weird about most things in subtle ways. I'm not weird. You organized your entire bookshelf by color last weekend instead of by author or genre. That's called having aesthetic taste. She laughs and steals a French fry from my plate. Next day at work, Emma announces her engagement during the team meeting. Everyone's genuinely excited and happy for her. There's celebratory cake and cheap champagne, and Linda cries predictably. I just love so much, she sobs into a napkin. Tyler gives an unsolicited toast about finding your soulmate in the digital age that absolutely nobody asked for. Derek talks about optimizing your relationship, which is deeply weird. I congratulate Emma genuinely and sincerely. Thanks, Alex. Hey, you and Jessica should totally come to the wedding if you're free. Oh, you really don't have to invite us. Yeah, that's your special day. I want to. You guys are friends now, right? Or at least friendly colleagues. Are we actually friends? I guess we kind of are at this point. We'd honestly love to come if you're serious. Completely serious. I'll send you guys an invite. A few months later, Jessica and I are getting ready for Emma's wedding. I genuinely cannot believe we're going to your former intern's wedding. She's not my former intern. She's a coworker who used to be an intern years ago. Semantics and technicalities. The wedding is absolutely beautiful. Outdoor ceremony overlooking a lake. Emma looks genuinely happy and radiant. Marcus cries during the vows, which is sweet. At the reception, we're seated with other people from the office. Jake brought a date, some woman he met at a coffee shop. This is objectively weird, right? But we're at the wedding of someone who quit because of an HR investigation you were involved in. Jake, we've completely moved past that. Everyone's moved on and grown. I know, I'm just saying it's a wild character arc for everyone involved. Emma and Marcus do their first dance. It's very sweet and romantic. Later in the evening, Emma comes over to our table. Thank you guys so much for coming. It really means a lot to us. Congratulations. It was a beautiful ceremony, and everything was perfect. Thanks. Hey Alex, can I steal you for one quick chat? Jessica gives me an amused look. Emma and I walk to a quieter corner of the venue. I just wanted to say a final thank you for everything. The whole journey. Emma, you've thanked me like 5 or 6 times at this point. I know, but seriously, if you hadn't maintained those boundaries back then, I might have made way worse decisions in my life. You would have figured it out eventually on your own. Maybe. But having someone treat me with genuine respect, even when I was being inappropriate, taught me a lot about what I actually deserved in a relationship. I'm just glad everything worked out well. Marcus treats me the way you treated me professionally, with real respect and clear communication. I learned what healthy boundaries look like from you, even though it hurt at the time. This is getting unexpectedly emotional, and I'm not prepared for feelings. You deserve to be genuinely happy, Emma. I'm really glad you found it. She hugs me warmly. You too, Jessica's really great for you. We head back to the party. Jessica raises an eyebrow when I sit down. Everything okay? Yeah, just final closure on old workplace drama and growth. Good, now dance with me. We hit the dance floor. Jake is doing some absolutely terrible moves. Tyler's trying to start a conga line that nobody wants. Derek is filming himself for his LinkedIn about networking opportunities at weddings. It's chaotic and ridiculous and kind of perfect. Drive home that night with Jessica. So that was a really nice ending to the whole Emma saga. Yeah, everyone ended up genuinely happy. That's pretty rare in life. You know what else is rare? What? You being emotionally mature and handling a situation well. Wow, that's rude. I'm kidding. And I'm actually really proud of you for handling everything so well over time. Thanks. I'm kind of proud of myself too. She laughs. What? You literally caused an HR investigation because an intern had a crush on you. That's not exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. There were multiple extenuating circumstances. Sure, babe. Whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night. We get to my apartment. You staying over tonight? Obviously. And I'm not driving home this late. We watch a movie, fall asleep on the couch together, wake up to my phone buzzing aggressively. It's a LinkedIn notification. Derek has posted a photo album from the wedding with the caption, "Networking never stops even at celebrations. Made 12 valuable new connections at this beautiful celebration of love. Remember to always be building your network. Rise and grind." I show Jessica. Yet how is he actually real and not a parody? I ask myself that exact question literally every single day. Monday morning back at work, everything's completely normal. Emma's on her honeymoon in Greece posting beautiful photos. Tom is working on quarterly reports and projections. Jake is gossiping about something Tyler did over the weekend involving karaoke. I'm analyzing campaign performance metrics for our biggest client. Sarah stops by my desk unexpectedly. Hey, I wanted to let you know we're hiring another intern for next semester. Cool. Who's going to supervise them? I was actually thinking you would be perfect for it. Absolutely not. No way. Not happening. Come on. You're genuinely good at mentoring. Sarah, my intern supervision track record includes 1 HR investigation and 1 person quitting abruptly. Emma came back and she's absolutely thriving. That's actually a success story. That's Stockholm Syndrome. You're not success. It's growth and learning. You've learned from the experience and developed better boundaries. I can see exactly where this is going and I don't like it. Fine, but I'm setting extremely clear boundaries from day 1. That's all I ask. Thank you. She walks away smiling victoriously. Jake rolls over immediately. Dude, you're supervising another intern? Are you actively trying to complete some kind of cycle? What cycle? Intern develops crush on supervisor. And a supervisor maintains appropriate boundaries. Everyone experiences growth. Supervisor dates someone else from work who quits first. Original intern comes back as colleague and gets married. Supervisor has learned nothing and agrees to supervise yet another intern. When you say it like that, it sounds really bad. Because it is bad. You're a workplace relationship disaster just waiting to happen again. That's not fair. So Jessica and I are completely fine and stable because she quit before you started dating. Exactly. So I've learned to only date people who don't work here currently. That's literally the dumbest possible lesson to take from this. Linda walks by, overhearing our argument. Boys, stop arguing about Alex's complicated love life and get back to actual work. Yes, Linda, we both say in unison like scolded children. That night I tell Jessica about the new intern supervision situation. You're supervising another intern after everything? Apparently I'm good at it, despite literally all evidence to the contrary. Just don't let this one fall in love with you. That's not something I can directly control. Sure it is, just be significantly less charming. I'm not even charming. You're definitely charming in a dorky way. It's honestly annoying. She kisses me. I'm kidding. You're going to do great. Just remember everything you learned. Which is what specifically? Clear boundaries from the start, consistently professional behavior, and if anything gets even slightly weird, document everything with HR immediately. You sound exactly like a corporate training video. I work in corporate America. We're all basically corporate training videos at this point. Fair and accurate point. The new intern starts the following week. Her name is Sophie. She's 21, psychology major. Seems relatively normal and well-adjusted. First day, I sit her down for an orientation. Welcome to the team. I'm going to be supervising your internship. Here are the ground rules and expectations. I proceed to give the most thorough professional boundaries speech in human history. We maintain strictly professional relationships at all times. Any concerns go through proper HR channels. Work stays at work. We don't blur personal and professional lines under any circumstances. Sophie looks slightly terrified by the intensity. Okay, I just want to learn about marketing and gain experience. Great, let's learn about marketing, professionally, with boundaries. Jake is watching this entire interaction from his desk, trying desperately not to laugh. Later, he comes over. Dude, you genuinely scared that poor girl. I'm setting crystal clear expectations from day one. You gave her the exact same speech they give to prison guards. I'm preventing future HR incidents through proactive communication. You're traumatizing an intern before she's even started actually working. Maybe he has a point. I try to dial it back significantly over the next few days. Sophie is actually really cool once I stop being weird. She's engaged to her college boyfriend. It treats me like a slightly weird uncle, which is perfect. Perfect dynamic, no awkward tension whatsoever. 3 months into her internship, Sophie comes to me with a problem. One of the other interns keeps hitting on me, even though I've told him multiple times I'm engaged and not interested. Which intern specifically? The new guy, Jordan, he keeps asking me out and making comments even after I've clearly said no. Oh, hell no, not on my watch. And have you reported this to HR yet? I didn't want to make a big deal out of it or cause drama. Sophie, this is exactly the kind of thing you report to HR immediately. Come on, we're going right now. I walk her directly to Janet's office. Janet, Sophie needs to report some inappropriate behavior from another intern. Janet looks up with a weary expression. Alex, please tell me you're not personally involved in this situation. What? No. That I'm helping her file an appropriate report. Just checking. Your name appearing on an HR report gives me legitimate PTSD at this point. That was one time 2 years ago. Sophie files the official report, Jordan gets a serious talking to, and a formal warning. The behavior stops immediately. Crisis averted through proper channels and procedures. Sophie thanks me later that day. And I really appreciate you taking it seriously and not making it weird or uncomfortable. That's what good supervisors do. We protect our team members and maintain safe environments. I'm actually getting better at this whole mentoring thing. Tell Jessica about it that night over dinner. Look at you. And handling workplace issues appropriately and professionally. I'm a professional adult with boundaries. You're a professional adult who learned from past mistakes. Exactly. I'm genuinely so proud of you. She's being completely genuine, and it makes me feel warm inside. I'm proud of myself too, honestly. Don't let it go to your head too much. Too late, already there. Sophie finishes her internship successfully, writes me a genuinely great review, and gets a job offer from another company before she even graduates. No drama, no HR incidents, no inappropriate relationships, just solid professional mentorship and career development. I'm at lunch with Jake celebrating this victory. You actually did it. You supervised an entire intern without causing any chaos whatsoever. I know, I'm basically employee of the month material. Let's not get carried away now. My phone buzzes. Text from Emma. Marcus and I are expecting our first baby. I wanted you to know before we announce at work tomorrow. Show Jake the message. Your former intern who had a crush on you is now having a baby. How does that make you feel? Genuinely happy for her? Like a normal, adjusted person? Correct answer. Good job. Why are you quizzing me on my emotional responses? Making sure you've actually grown and aren't going to have some weird crisis about it. I'm completely fine. Everyone's moved on. But we're all adults with completely separate lives. Good. Just checking and making sure. Later that week, Emma announces her pregnancy at work. Office throws yet another party because we apparently love any excuse for cake. Linda cries again. Obviously. I just love babies so much. Derek gives another completely unsolicited speech about work-life balance optimization. Tyler asks if the baby will need a LinkedIn profile. Bro, yeah, you gotta start networking young in this economy. Emma and Marcus are absolutely glowing with happiness. I congratulate them properly and sincerely. Thanks, Alex. We're really excited and slightly terrified. You're going to be amazing parents, genuinely. Thanks. Hey, you and Jessica should definitely come to the baby shower when we plan it. We'd absolutely love to. Drive home that evening thinking about how genuinely weird and wonderful life actually is. I started this job as a junior analyst just trying to avoid drama and do good work. Ended up in an HR investigation, dated a coworker who quit, watched my former intern grow into a valued colleague, an actual friend who's now married and pregnant. Successfully supervised another intern without any incidents. Maybe Jake's right about the whole character development thing. Get home, Jessica's already there making dinner in my kitchen. How was work today? Emma announced she's pregnant. Oh, that's so exciting for them. Yeah, we're invited to the baby shower apparently. We're basically part of their extended life now. That's kind of wild. The whole thing is completely wild. She laughs while stirring pasta. You know what's really wild? What? You managed to turn a complete workplace disaster into a wholesome friendship and learn genuinely valuable lessons about professional boundaries along the way. Are you proud of me? Incredibly proud, actually. We eat dinner together, watch TV, she falls asleep on my shoulder. Life is genuinely good, drama-free, exactly how it should be. Out of my face when I went from causing HR investigations to successfully mentoring interns and maintaining healthy professional boundaries like an actual adult. That feeling when everyone involved in your workplace drama ends up genuinely happy and well-adjusted, and you realize maybe you didn't completely screw everything up after all.
She has to stay late after work. My brain froze up, going berserk. Professional nightmare, walking on wire. Interns got feelings, situations dire. Try to keep it cool, play by the book. One conversation, that's all it took. Now the whole damn office thinks I'm cruel. Broke her heart by following the rules. Tyler spreading rumors everywhere. Marcus talking shit without a care. Linda's giving me that worried stare. Jake just laughs at my despair. HR called me in today. Nothing even happened anyway. Office drama on display. Why does it always go this way? Tried to do the right thing here. Now I'm drowning in career fear. Emma quit, I felt the guilt. Watching everything I built crash and burn from good intentions. Corporate world and its conventions. Months went by, I played it safe. Built up walls around this place. Then Jessica walked through that door. Suddenly I wanted something more. Told myself don't cross that line. Workplace policy by design. But she quit and now it's fine. Guess she's finally mine. HR called me in that day. Nothing even happened anyway. Office drama led the way to the life I had married to a guy named Marcus too. Universe laughing, nothing new. Baby on the way, she's doing great. Turned out fine despite the fate. Supervising interns once again. This time round I know how it ends. She got married, living free. I found someone right for me. Turn the chaos into something good. Learn my lesson like I should. Boundaries aren't just corporate speak. They protect the young